morning. It's Wednesday morning, the 15th day of March, and I'm in the sanctuary this morning. I wanted you to see the sanctuary. So there's the stage here in the church, and it's very windy outside this morning. I had to go kind of on the side of the mountain to visit this morning. But we're talking this week about Jesus took my guilt and set me free. And we're in John chapter 8. We're going to be down at verses 8 and 9 this morning. And again, this is the woman that's been caught in adultery, and they brought her to Jesus. And so in verse 8 it says, "And again he stooped down and wrote on the ground. And they watched, and they which heard it, being convicted by their own conscience, went out one by one, beginning at the eldest, even unto the last. And Jesus was left alone, and the woman standing in the midst." And so if you remember, he was writing on the ground the first time when they were telling him stuff. And then he stood up and said, "Whoever is without sin, throw the first stone." And then he sat back, leaned back down. He's writing in the sand again. You know, it would be so cool to see what he was writing, wouldn't it? Just to know what he was writing down there. It would be so interesting. But notice here that the conviction began to come across the people who were holding the rocks. You know, they begin to be convicted of their sin. And notice also it's the eldest first. So the older one just first started stepping back and stepping away and stepping back, you know, and disappearing until finally everyone's gone. You know, there's a mob mentality. If the mob starts to disperse, you know, the one guy standing there by himself, he generally goes too, you know. But I've been talking about the grace of God. Here, Jesus took my guilt and set me free. And you know, Jesus does, doesn't he? If you know Jesus about, isn't it? I got a bad connection. There we go. Moved my phone and got it back. Dear Heavenly